In this week's episode, we're moving from one event to another at the parks. Get your ears on. Lunar New Year, Valentine's Day, Groundhog Day. It's crazy. So much food and not enough belly. The new AP popcorn bucket is coming, and we've got the info on why you shouldn't be too excited about it. Anaheim Ducks Day at DCA is almost here, so get ready to get your quack on. Find out when you can see the Oscar-nominated Black Panther in theaters for free. Also, Zootopia goes Shanghai, Whitewater Snacks eats, the dance party continues, and more on this reopened episode of the MousePIRE Podcast.
I'm Anthony.
I'm Diggs.
I'm Tim. Welcome to MousePIRE, your source for Disney, Star Wars, and everything in between. This is the podcast where both empires collide. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the MousePIRE Podcast.
Hey, what's going on? Uh-oh.
The apprentice lives.
What is this?
You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one.
Think up me how to show up.
You never had a friend like me.
Some imagination, huh?
Made you look.
Congratulations!
Congratulations to Tim the Tech on his new job.
Yay! What's his new job?
He is working for Elation Professional Lighting.
Right on.
Yeah. I can't really tell you what he does.
It's top secret.
It must be, it must be a really good job because when he was here, he specifically said he wanted to be his own boss. So to not do that and do work for a company must mean he's got a pretty good gig. So congratulations.
Yes. The reason I can't tell you what he's doing or what he doesn't know what he's doing.
Because he didn't tell you?
No, he told me, but he doesn't know. He told me his job title, which I can't remember what it was.
The description's up in the air, though.
And he's like, I don't know.
He didn't write it down. That's the
Right.
key part.
But all I know is he has his own office, and he has a company phone.
I know a lot of guys that do what he does, and the cool thing is you can still do your own gigs on your off time, but when you know how to do everything, they literally have you doing everything.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
If he knows how to set up truss, then on some jobs he might be the truss guy. And if he knows how to do what you're doing, on some jobs he might be the audio guy or he might be the LED guy. It's going to change depending on what's needed. My friend Seth does that. He's got some interesting stories working for the church, by the way.
Oh, well, yeah, Tim does that too. He works for the church.
My friend works for the gospel church. He says sometimes the preacher gets on a tangent and says some very interesting things, and those are the ones that never end up on the streaming site.
That's funny. So, yeah, Tim is working really hard, so that's one of the reasons that the last week's episode is still not up on
YouTube.
The YouTube. He hasn't actually had time because he's been working, he worked this past weekend at NAM, and I saw him there at NAM. So he told me that basically when he gets the time to put the episodes up, he'll do that on YouTube. He's been really busy.
Did he get you in? He got you the badge?
No, he didn't get me in. I got in through another friend. But
It's not an easy thing to get into. I mean, if you know how, you know how, but a lot of times it's not.
It's obviously not that difficult because he keeps getting in.
Yeah, but he knows people in that
Thanks a
industry.
lot.
He knows people
Right,
in that
I'm
industry. If you're just like a guy that plays guitar and you're in a band, it's a really hard thing to get into.
Well, I'm going to agree with Anthony because I saw my cousin there. I don't know how the hell he gets in. So anyway,
That's funny.
anyway, yeah, now was cool. It was fun. I had a great time. You know what? My weekend was really, really long. It started on Thursday. I went to the parks on Thursday because I was thinking, hey, maybe we'll have a little soft opening of the Sensational Parade. Nope, that didn't happen, but it was still good because I had some fat time, and we'll get to that later. And then Friday went
Fat time out.
And then Friday went to NAM, walked around all day. Very, very tiring.
Were you like, damn, NAM?
maybe afterwards,
Yeah.
after the second day.
And you were like, damn, feet.
Exactly. Because on Saturday, we went back again. And had the feet issues going on. I was really, really sore.
I do have a question about NAMM that's not really related to NAMM. How is the new part of the convention center?
Oh, that one's really nice because
The first time they've done a big event on that side, right?
probably.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure, but probably I would say yes because the only big events are NAMM and D23, right?
And well, when they do Star Wars, they have some other stuff, but nothing that we'd probably be into.
Right. So, I mean, it was really nice because.
Well, I know because I'm pretty sure BlizzCon probably would have used that
okay.
section.
Yes, I don't know what they
That
have
was
over there.
that was a couple months ago.
Right. So
How is it compared to the sides that we've been to, or the part that we've been to?
it's pretty cool in a way because from the second floor, you head over there, and
Like a catwalk?
yes, there's like a catwalk going over there, a hallway.
On the catwalk.
And you can see downstairs, down. You have the windows you can see down. But when you get over to that new room, there's like a big old window, and you can actually look down into that showroom or whatever they call it, the room. You can look down. It's like a big old window. You can look down.
And like look over the
Yes.
whole the whole show floor, basically.
Yes.
right?
Yes. So it's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, you look down, and then you take the escalator or stairs down, and you go into that room. Basically, that's where all the pro audio stuff was.
So you go over there, you look over through the window, and you think, "I'm about to take over the convention."
Yeah, it's not that big compared to the hall A, B, and C.
Oh no!
It's not that big, but it's a pretty big hall. I mean, like I said, all the
Did you say it's like the size of one? It's like one additional hall.
no, it's not
Smaller than
Yeah, because maybe length or width wise, not length, because they're pretty deep. But it was pretty cool. Like I said, all the pro audio stuff was there. The microphones, so the pictures that you've seen me testing microphones, that's where I was in that area. It was pretty cool.
Would you say that you've been to the LA Auto Show?
Yes.
Would you say that new area is like the size of where they would put the custom stuff, like all the
Like
custom?
downstairs?
Yeah, the basement at the LA Convention
think-
Center has that basement where they'd put like the
Yeah, but
custom car stuff.
Yeah, like the,
yeah, but the Anaheim has a basement too.
I don't mean basement. I mean
at LA, you go downstairs. That's where all the
it's a smaller area.
the
in
West
LA,
Coast
though.
custom cars
Yeah,
were.
yeah, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I know you're talking
It's not
about.
as big as the basement in here or in Anaheim. The basement in Anaheim's massive.
Yeah, I'm maybe about that. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Saw some rock stars out there. It's pretty cool. Saw Lita Ford.
My friend ran into Sarah McLachlan.
Oh, cool. And who else? Did I
He's a
see?
piano guy. He sells pianos.
Sir McLaughlin.
No, my friend sells pianos. I think he went in with
To Sir McLaughlin.
with Yamaha, but he took a picture with her and had it on Facebook. And I think she's got one of the best voices ever. So, no,
Yes, to each their own.
well, I think she's up there with like Celine.
All right. So I also saw Derek Smalls from Spinal Tap.
Is that the when you sent me the picture, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know who it was. I figured it was somebody.
Oh, you didn't know?
I mean,
You never seen Spinal Tap?
yeah, but it's a long time, and that movie's old, and those people
man,
are old.
I just had a
Remember-
realization. The brother from Better Call Saul is one of the guys from Spinal Tap.
I haven't seen that, so
No.
maybe.
The only person I really remember from Spinal Tap is Michael McKean, so he's the only one I would recognize now. 'Cause, I don't think I would. Well, Christopher Guest if he doesn't have like a beard. If he has his beard.
But he's that's actually I believe Harry Shearer. Shearer, that's his name. From
Oh, that's
Simpsons.
Harry Shearer. That was
Yeah.
actually Harry Shearer?
Yeah. From
Oh.
Simpsons, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Wayne's World, too.
Yes.
So yeah, I saw him, and then I saw a guitar player from Twisted Sister signing autographs, and one of the guitar players from Fear Factory.
Did you tell me you weren't going to take it?
No, I didn't tell him that.
Listen, I'm not going to take it, but could you sign this?
I know, huh?
And then I'll just leave it there.
So yeah, it was pretty cool. A lot of people, and like I said, a lot of steps, and I did a lot of steps that day, and then on Saturday did a lot of steps.
Did you see the drummer for Def Leppard?
No, he wasn't there,
He only has one arm.
but yeah, it was pretty cool. Saw all the instruments, talked to a lot of the people for the microphone companies and headphones. I was looking for headphones, and Mackie has headphones, and they were pretty cool. I was checking out some of the headphones, but a lot of them are too bassy and too high end. So when you're trying to mix, you don't want to hear. It's already bassy. You want it dry basically, so you can add in your own stuff. So
particularly for our medium,
right. And but I talked to a lot of people.
Or large.
We go with double X over here, but it was pretty cool. I enjoyed myself. And then on Sunday, I went to the LA Fairplex to go to the Grand National Roaster Show. And that was really, really fun. I took my dad for that. And it was cool. We got there probably about 2 o'clock. It was over at 6, maybe 1 o'clock, I think. And a lot of cool cars there. And I took some pictures of that stuff. Probably put that up on YouTube if I feel like it. Tim's giving us snacks over here.
Yeah, it's snack time.
Oh, it's pretzels.
Yes.
Oh, real quick. Well, Tim is opening that big bag. This bag says, what does it say? It says Valentine X's and O's, X and O's shaped pretzels. Now, real quick, speaking of X and O's, that song X's and O's.
It's like new, ish.
Yeah. Well, she was there and she played a concert. I forgot her name because I don't really know who she is. But she was there after NAMM was over on Saturday because they have a big outdoor stage. And I hear the song playing. I go, oh, I know that song. And she was out there playing, so it was pretty cool because they always have a concert after, like on Saturdays, but they never tell you who's playing. So when I went in 2017, it was Richie Sambora and his girlfriend. I forgot her name.
It doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, because she was in some band. I can't remember right now. But they were playing, so that was pretty cool to see them. And this year was her. Oh, I forgot her name, but...
Doesn't matter.
Nah, that doesn't matter. But yeah, Elle King. That's right.
Matter. I'm just kidding.
So that was pretty cool. I was just sitting there hanging out with my friend who got me in, and we were just listening to the concert, like backstage area. Not actual backstage, but behind the stage, just checking it out. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, Sunday, walking around the Fairplex, checking out the old cars, the hot rods, and stuff like that. That was pretty cool. Had Fat Time over there with Pink's hot dogs. Pretty good, of course.
That's awesome.
Can't go wrong with a Pink's hot dog, right? Yum. Exactly.
They got some good dogs.
Yum-alicious. And,
especially with all the extra stuff on it. The bacon and the onions and the chili. And
you know what? I don't really like...
all that stuff.
I don't like Pink's bacon. It's just... Because, they make it and it sits out too long and then it gets so just like kind of...
Is it too bacony?
Not bacony, but it's like dry and I guess, just because it's sitting out there for a while. So, anyway, yeah, I did that with my dad over there. Went over there and checked out the old cars and it was pretty cool. Hey, we got VIP service though because we park in lot 9. If you guys know lot 9, basically you will head down. Yes, that's good. Oh, Michael Jackson's guitar player.
And Alice Cooper.
Yes, and Alice Cooper. That's right. I forgot her name. But yeah, the guitar player played with Richie Sambora, his girlfriend. She was the girl, or she played for Michael Jackson.
She was awesome.
She was going to play in the last tour before he died. And yeah.
Now, is she an upgrade or a downgrade from Heather Locklear?
Oh, well, she's 20-something, so what do you think? So, yeah, that's why...
Heather Locklear now or Heather Locklear 1994?
Heather Locklear when he was married to her.
Oh.
Who was married to her?
Richie Sambora.
Oh. We were talking about Michael Jackson's guitar player.
So, anyway, real quick to end the note on we're talking about the VIP service. If you park in lot 9, which is the blue parking... You buy your ticket, and then when you get in, you have to go under the street, like kind of like Knoxbury Farm. You park there. You go.
Where's this?
At the Fairplex.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like that. You go in the street, and then it's a big steep hill. You got to walk back up. Like I said, like Knoxbury Farm. So anyway, we got there, and the lady said, "Hey guys, come on with me." And she had a golf cart, and big golf cart, with seats like 6 people. And we got to go down there, and we had, didn't have to walk that. And then on the way back, we got to ride up that again. So that was pretty cool since our feet was, already hurting and everything. I had the NAMM feet going on. And
next time, bring me. I got the handicap parking.
That would have been a good idea, too. Yeah. But, yeah, I had a long weekend. It was really, really long. A lot of stuff.
How long was it?
Weren't you listening?
No.
I know. Anthony usually doesn't listen. So
what day did it end?
My weekend ended on Sunday like everyone else's.
Okay. Well, and that's 4 days.
Yes. Very, very long weekend. It was crazy.
Happy anniversary.
Oh, to Toontown.
Oh, no.
No?
Actually, today, Tuesday, we recorded on Tuesday. Today is the Sleeping Beauty's 60th anniversary.
Yes, I remember that.
You've been sleeping this whole time?
Yes, she has been sleeping this whole time. Yeah, so happy anniversary to Sleeping Beauty, 60th. And happy 25 or 26th anniversary to Toontown.
Yes, and that was on Thursday. And I was there on Thursday. Went over to Toontown to go check it out. And
what'd they do?
They were a little toony over there. They didn't do nothing. I mean, it's 26.
Of course not.
They're not going to do anything. It's only Toontown. But yeah, I went over there and I was thinking, you know what? When it opened, I was there on opening day and got to take in the festivities and saw, Michael Eisner up there doing the speech. And there was so many, celebrities there and everything. And that was the day I met Roy Disney Jr., so that was pretty cool. I actually met him over by it was still a Swiss Family Tree during that time. Met him over there, took a picture with him. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, I was there for opening day, so I took a little trip to Toontown to go check that out. And
I saw you found your brother.
Yeah, I found him. I found him somewhere.
Is he in the treehouse?
I don't think he does stairs.
Oh.
So yeah, that was cool. And also, while I was in the park on Thursday, was it Thursday? No, it was Friday. Friday night after NAMM, went over to the park to go, eat and all that kind of stuff. And I heard that they had a dance party going on over at Tomorrowland again.
Dancing.
So this time it's a Get Your Ears celebration dance party going on at Tomorrowland.
Who's the DJ?
Whoever they have that night. It's not. They don't have a one person. It's
Wendy or whoever. Kind of
it's
thing.
whoever shows up that day, I guess.
Whoever's scheduled.
Yes, and just like the other dance party, Pixar dance party and the Goofy Christmas dance party, they had the characters go out there. On that night, they had the Queen of Hearts with Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Are they good dancers?
Queen of Hearts was getting down, dude.
Mm-hmm.
She was just awesome. She made everyone bow to her. She pointed at me, and I had to bow, or she was gonna, cut my head off.
Paint you red.
No, she would cut my head off. So they were there. Also,
she knew her head's kind of round, so heads will roll.
Exactly. And who else was there? The White Rabbit came out. Mickey came out. Pluto came out. It was really, really cool dance party. It's all right. Not bad. Music's okay,
A different White Rabbit than over at the tea party.
Yes, very, very different, even though there was a White Rabbit DJ there that night. So it was really cool.
Who was the White Rabbit DJ?
It was Wendy.
Oh, there you go.
So, it's same thing. It's nothing different. It's just a different name. That's all it is, a different name. But right now, the dance party is on the weekends. There's nothing during the week since they're closed. They close early. It was 7 to 11 on that day. So basically, I guess it's going to be 7 till whenever they close, whatever the date, whatever they're scheduled to close on that day.
You think does the dance party go nonstop, or do they take breaks like the band would?
They only take a break for the fireworks.
Okay.
So about 9:30ish, before they'll take the break. Fireworks come on, and they're back at 10 o'clock. So a half hour.
Basically like a 15-minute.
I do about a half hour break
afterwards. But the fireworks, the music plays everywhere, and that's kind of a dance party in and of itself.
Yeah, it is.
So
get your ears on.
Not much of a musical interruption.
No. Now, real quick about the Get Your Ears On, because I also seen it that night. Went over to It's a Small World to check that out, to watch the projections there. On the weekdays right now, when they close early, perfect spot. It's a small world. Perfect spot. There was nobody there. I mean, there's people there, but it's not crowded. You're not shoulder to shoulder with anyone. You can kick it by the pretzel cart where you can sit down. You can sit down right there and check it out. It's a good spot to go check that out during the weekdays when there's not that many people there.
Are they doing the Matterhorn too? Or is that
I do not know. The projections on there?
If you're there again at night, can you try the island and maybe also the Matterhorn or something? I'm curious where the best spot is, you think?
I don't think if they're doing any projections on the Matterhorn, I don't think that'd be a good spot because the projections are really wide. So if they do anything, it'd be something,
Maybe
small.
maybe at the
because where you were the first time by Carnation, you said you were by Carnation. You would have been blocked by a tree, probably have seen Matterhorn.
Oh,
yeah.
Where you were last time.
I think the buildings would block it.
Well,
I don't know.
There's I think there's a tree.
Are you sure? Inside joke. So I mean, that's a good spot to see it, and I actually listened to the music when it started a little bit more, and I figured out that the music is actually from Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, the big the hot dog song type of thing.
Oh,
so I don't know if the hot dog song, but the theme song from the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Did you Shazam it or
no?
Next time I'm
It's
gonna.
not that. Is that the same in the beginning, or is that the different in the end? I know they do the hot dog dance at the end.
Hi guys.
That's Elizabeth.
You're talking about the new show?
Yeah.
Oh, the one I don't like.
Why don't you like it?
The Ren and Stimpy.
We're
You
talking about
don't like
music.
the type of animation,
Right.
Well, he doesn't.
but we're not talking about
He
that.
looks
We're talking
really
about the
skinny.
show.
Right.
Yeah.
To answer your question, I'm not really sure. I should know because I watch cartoons a lot. Let me look it up and I'll.
Yeah, I think that it's just. I don't think the hot dog dance is the beginning of the theme song, because I know they do that at the end.
Well, I mean, it makes sense because they're using that. Obviously, they're using the style of the Mickey from the show.
No, it's
is what
different.
they're using for the.
No, the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse was way before they changed the animation of Mickey.
Oh, so it's not the one that I don't like then.
No, Mickey Mouse Club is for the kids like 3 to 4, 5, 6.
Oh.
I used to watch it with the little ones with Kevin and Connor. So that's why I know the hot dog dance. And I love hot dogs.
I want to Shazam each section of the.
I'm going to Shazam you.
No, I mean legit though. Or spot. What do they sell? Soundhound or Shazam, and you can see what music something's from. If it hits close enough, the algorithm can match it to what it really comes from. Then we'll know what's original and what's not. Kind of.
Sure.
What?
Yeah, I think the beat from it is in the beginning of it. Not the Mickey Mouse, all that, but just like the beat. So yeah, I noticed that. I was like, oh, I've heard this song before.
I'm gonna have to pay more attention next time.
They probably just try to. Hopefully, you would think that they would try to include as many homages to Mickey as they can. As I would assume that there's probably homages to the actual Mickey Mouse Club theme. They would have been served to have homages to the House of Mouse theme.
Are you saying homage?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I said.
You said homages.
I said homage. I said homage. It's both the same thing.
I thought you were talking about the Amish.
Yes. Why would I be talking about the Amish?
I don't hear so well.
So yeah, check out the music. After you've seen the show once, then just go back and listen to the music. I noticed that it was pretty cool.
If you can stop from your wild dance moves.
Yes, I'm sorry. Sometimes I just
break out.
Exactly.
Wow.
But yeah, definitely check that out during the week when no one's in the park. So when they close at 8:00, the show was at 7:30. So it's pretty cool. I had fun.
Are you hungry? Well, they are. It's time for Fat Time in the Parks.
Fat time.
In the
Little Tim.
Oh, Little Tim?
I don't know. Tiny Tim.
I'm not so tiny these days.
Well, neither of us are. But hey, you know what? We have some news about the popcorn bucket, the AP popcorn bucket.
Uh-oh.
Will be coming out on Friday.
So your best opportunity to get it is to go Saturday.
Yes. Yes, go Saturday. Not, I think Sunday would be better.
Hey, Monday. There'll be no one there on Monday.
So anyway.
Okay, it'll be gone by then.
That was the joke. So I am very, very surprised that they are keeping the refills at $1.
Yeah, you're right. But they're probably going to charge $25 for this thing.
Probably.
Even though it's basically a $12.99 bucket with a hat on it. Right, though?
Yes,
I mean, they sold the
balloons.
The balloons were that
In
much.
fact,
yeah.
they still have a yellow balloon.
Yes.
And that yellow balloon's only $16. So you're basically...
The yellow balloon's the newest balloon.
Yeah, it's the newest one. Probably the last of the colored balloons. Because now you've got 3 new ones. You got the Steamboat Willie AP bucket, which again is basically a $16 or $12.99, which they started at, bucket, painted with the hat.
Hey, but I think you're bearing the lead here. It's like only a month.
What's a month?
You know, I don't even look at dates. I just see when it comes out. And
February 1st.
The point is not the refills with this. They're gonna
No. The point is the
point.
refills because that's how they market it to you, and that's how they justify marking the price up to like $25. Is but you're getting refills for as much time as you want.
What are the dates?
February 1st through March 7th. It's literally like a 3
Because
like
they'll be
4
sold
weeks.
out in a day or two, right? Probably
So,
2 days at the longest.
I mean, when they did the first, every single time they've done the refills in the popcorn buckets, they've lessened the amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
The very first one,
2.5 months.
the very
or
first
something.
one was like almost 3 months or something like that, and then it went down to like 2 months, and then it was a month and a half, and now we're down to only a month.
5 weeks.
So it's not even 5. Well, I guess 5 weeks.
5 weeks exactly.
I mean, depending on no, not really, because there's only 28 days in. Or 27, probably not. It's 27 because this isn't a leap year, right?
28 days is basically still...
Or 28 days.
Is still 4 times 27 is 28. So you're basically... That's 4 weeks plus 1 week into March, 5 weeks.
So, I mean, if you want to look at it that way, please don't buy this if you think you're going to get your money's worth by getting real fills, because you're not going to get your money's worth in refills in a month.
We don't know
It's
for
ridiculous.
sure, but my bet is that this bucket is $25 and that the ones that are coming out next week, the Mickey and the Minnie with the bow, same style. It looks like the balloon, but it's painted differently. Those will be $20 without refill. That's my bet.
Which is still ridiculous for that style of bucket.
But their justification is going to be that it's decorated more. It's more than the $16 yellow one.
But there's no reason why that should cost more than the Pluto did, and the Pluto was only $20 when it first came out. How much was the Pluto this last Christmas? Didn't it go up?
We didn't buy any.
I don't know.
The one with the red sweater?
Yeah, I didn't check.
You didn't check? No.
So we have green sweater.
Because I know
who
when the
cares?
green sweater one came out, it was $20.
Yeah.
So it's like there's really no excuse to be selling a remold of a balloon popcorn bucket for the same price as a fancy molded Pluto.
I hope I eat my words, and
I hope you do too.
And that the Steamboat Willie if the Steamboat Willie's $20 and they keep this one at the others at $16 or $18, now that would be cool. But we've done I know nobody likes math here, but we've done the math before, and it's something like, at least previously with the old prices, it was something like 8 refills that you needed to get in that time to really make it worth your money. We did how much would it cost? And then,
yeah, but that's when the AP refillable popcorn bucket was $15.
Yeah.
When it was just the premium bucket. Because then how much was the alien? The refillable alien?
$25.
That was $25. But that was obviously a premium, super premium bucket, as opposed to like the electrical parade buckets, which were $15.
Right.
With $1 refills. But those you got much longer. Those were the ones that had the 2 and 3 month links.
The other thing too you have to consider is that those old the electrical parade / the ones with the APs on them, those were super practical. They're easy to bring back to the park. You can put stuff inside of them. You can stack them if you want. These things are especially like the Pluto
Well,
and the
they make
alien,
it-
just totally impractical
Well,
to take back
they make
with
it
you.
impossible on purpose because they know that you're not going to want to take the time to bring it back. Which brings me back to way back when they decided, oh, let's give refills on the Chernobog sipper,
Right.
or the World of Color sipper.
These are totally impractical
Well,
to bring
the
back
Chernobog
with
was
you.
totally impractical. At least the World of Color one had that insert cup that they accepted
Right.
for a refill. But the Chernobog, it was totally impractical. They knew that nobody would be bringing Chernobog back to the park to do that, except for the weirdos who wanted to bring it back just to do the Made with Magic every time they
Right.
brought it back. But, I mean, nobody's going to want to bring that back just to get a refill or just get a drink.
Well, the thing
refill
about
on it.
these Steamboat Willies and also the alien, the thing is there that these buckets have such a value because they don't produce enough of them. You know, on eBay they're selling for $75 to $100 or whatever, or $50 to $100 for something you paid $25 for. People don't want to bring something valuable back to the park. You really want to carry this thing around and have the opportunity of somebody might steal it off your stroller when it's worth, to replace it would literally cost you $100.
Or if you got a family, you're going to be carrying around 2 or 3 of them and risk
Right.
security stopping you, thinking that you're buying them to resell them.
Right.
Right. I mean, the only way that I will remember to bring back my popcorn buckets
If she
to
leaves it
refill,
in the car.
if I have like 5 of them, I can leave one in each car. Not that we have 5 cars, but
You
but
don't.
no. But I would literally have to have one in my car, in Tim's car, and possibly one in Brittany's car. That's the only way that I'll remember.
And we still probably forget it.
Well, that's why at least when it was the electrical tray buckets, I just leave it on my backpack and
Right.
in a plastic bag or something. And it was
Yeah, but
easy
those
just
things
to-
are not damageable. You know,
Well,
you,
no,
it's like,
they're just
you
they
clip
are,
it.
but I mean,
not
they're-
the way these premiums
Well,
are.
no, not like the Alien, which you couldn't
You
really
could knock the thing off the head.
Yeah.
Or
You
your
could knock an
microphone.
arm off. You could knock a microphone off. No, I mean that's my complaint about that part of it. There should just be some sort of card that goes along with it, and you get 2 refills a day for every day that they're back there, and they just punch or something. And that way you can get it for, it's not a refill on the bucket, but it's a $1 popcorn. And if you're there every day, then guess what? You can get 2 every day. If you're only there one of those days, then you can just get 2 one of those
because
days.
then if you had the card, you wouldn't have to actually have your bucket. You just show the card.
Exactly.
And then they could just give you in one of the cardboard sleeves.
Which costs nothing.
Which costs them at least the $1 that they're charging you back.
I don't believe that. I think that their cost on popcorn and material goods on those sleeves is probably something like 11 cents. The popcorn itself costs practically nothing, too.
It's on the labor.
Yeah, you're agreed. And the power to make it, the actual materials cost them little to nothing. That's like when, for many, many years, Coca-Cola supplied all of their Coke products to them for free. It was 100% pure profit on the Coke. It wasn't until Diggs, we talked about this, right? It wasn't until a few years ago that they were actually had to pay something for the Coca-Cola
That I don't know.
products.
I don't know. I don't even know anything if that was even actually happened.
I thought we talked about that at some point.
Because I worked at a minor league baseball field, and Budweiser was the biggest sponsor there, but they weren't giving free beer to the to.
I think beer is a little different, but yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, everyone said, "Oh, they get Coke for free," but I don't know if that's an actual thing.
Right.
Because we, at the baseball field, we sponsored, and we were on the one besides being on the big wall, the biggest sponsor. We had our advertisement on the tri.
They need the big wall to put you on there.
We had the spot on the tri thing that turned 3 different ads on one thing. We didn't get free anything for we didn't give them free stuff for being on there. We had to pay.
They probably paid, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if that was ever a fact or anything because I've never had full confirmation on stuff like that.
I don't think they're going to have this purple food at the same time they have the Valentine's food. A lot of people keep asking, are they going to have this purple potion cupcakes when I go in February 17th? I said, my answer is, I think pretty sure they're going to have Valentine's food on February like 14th, 15th, 17th, all around that time. So they're probably not going to have the purple stuff at the same time. What do you think?
Well, you know what they're not going to have are the little heart candies because there are none this year unless you already bought them for a lot of money on Amazon.
They're gone. We talked about that recently.
But only until next year. None of your clickbait. If you guys saw any of those articles, oh, they're gone, making like they're gone forever. If you read the damn article, it's one for one whole year. Just because
we got some.
I can wait a year.
Where did we get some?
Well, they said they were selling them for $6 a box on Amazon.
We got a real small one at CVS, but I don't know if it's the right company. They're
not the same.
They're not boxes. They were like in a plastic thing.
Oh, I mean, unless it said they were from Nico, then they're not real.
The Necco ones? Yeah, they're Brock's, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean...
So what's the story from the actual Necco wafer company?
Necco got sold, or no, they went out of business last year, like in September or something. So they completely shut down manufacturing on all.
So it's like a Hostess. Somebody else is coming back in to restart
right,
up.
Then some investor group bought Necco.
Okay.
And then the investor group turned around and sold it to another candy company who is going to restart everything. But obviously it takes time to do all that. So they lost basically a whole year of production. So...
I mean, what's Necco?
There's always been
what
a
are
theory,
they known for?
I mean, there's always been a theory that all those candies were made 125 years ago. Anyways, so I mean,
wait, they were all made far into the past, and they've just stored them all this time, so that they should.
No wonder they were so good.
They need to ramp up production for the apocalypse. That's all I'm saying.
No, but seriously, yeah, they so they'll be back next year.
Yay!
The people of the future will be like, Daddy, what's sugar? Here you go, son. This is your example.
Well, I mean, the biggest other thing that I know of that they make is just the Necco wafers.
Yeah, the wafers.
But I don't know. I don't like none of that crap.
I do. We're both fans, I will say, of the actual conversation hearts.
Not Valentine's Day.
Just the conversation hearts. There's something good. You can throw a little handful of them in your mouth, and they're just like, oh, so good.
So yeah, Valentine's Day is coming to the parks, or no, actually it's already here. Has it started already?
Yes, it started already.
Let's look. He says it started already, so I guess I don't need to look.
Yeah.
But we're going to look at some food. We're not going to take forever and go through all of it.
But real quick, let's start with last week we talked about how Churrogeddon 3.0 started, and there wasn't that many churros. Well, now we know why, because Churrogeddon 3.2 is underway.
Uh-oh.
It's just one, though.
Well, hey, they're adding, right? It's still,
yes,
so it's an upgrade. Still an upgrade.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. There is more than one. Never mind.
There you go. So we have an updated version of Churrogeddon 3.2.
Yeah, so let's just Churropolis. Let's just near Sleeping Beauty Castle. And now, are these replacing some of the ones that we already had mentioned before? Or
it's not going to replace anything we talked about last week, but maybe... whatever they had before.
Arm your fast forward.
Because wasn't there
people.
already one in Sleeping Beauty's at the Sleeping Beauty Castle churro cart, or are they going to be selling multiple types of churros?
They'll probably do the multiple. If we talked about one last week that was there, then this is.
I don't remember, but
I don't either.
Now at Sleeping Beauty Castle, they're going to have one that and the churro near. So two of them, Sleeping Beauty Castle and Town Square.
Ooh.
A strawberry churro with chocolate dipping sauce.
Ooh.
You know, I could do without the chocolate dipping sauce. Just give me the strawberry churro, especially if it's rolled in some strawberry quick.
The thing about churros is they can have multiple types of sugar bins set next to each other. You just say, I want the red one.
Then I'm going to skip down, and the other churro is at the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad one, and that is a chocolate cinnamon sugar dusted churro with spicy cocoa dipping sauce. And then over at Haunted Mansion and Splash Mountain, they have a Burn Love Valentine's churro, sweet and spicy red sugar churro with double the love cream cheese frosting.
Ew.
Do you think that this is one of those Red Heart one, the Red Hots ones that we had over at Paradise
probably.
Pier? They've renamed it and brought it back over there.
Well, it's sweet and spicy, so I don't know. It might be like a Red Hots or something, or
This doesn't say cinnamon.
That
right?
wasn't Red Hots.
I'm pretty sure that the one.
No, it
in
just
fact,
says
we
red
all agree.
sugar churro.
Spicy, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, spicy could mean cinnamon. I don't know what else it could mean with sweet together with sugar.
Looks like that's it, right? Just the three. Did you see just three? I just want to mention real quick. This is especially for Giselle. Over at Bengal Barbecue, they have a piranha lemonade slushie, which is this the same one they had before? Remember they had one before that was called a piranha?
Yes, I remember that.
But that one, I remember that one having mango.
It might have.
So this is a mango and pineapple lemonade with lychee and pomegranate popping pearls. It sounds different than the one I remember there, but that one was also called piranha, so I can't say for sure. But then they got a roasted vegetable spring roll with portobello mushrooms and red peppers, cucumbers, baba ganoush,
You're a ganoush.
and other stuff.
All right, so real quick.
Oh, wait, there is another churro. Sorry, there's one near Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, and it is a poppin' sugar churro.
Poppin' sugar?
Maybe it's Pop Rocks.
Oh,
So
man,
Pop
if
Rocks.
there's Pop Rocks on that, that's awesome.
Yes.
Lisa's going to love that. Our friend Lisa goes on and on and on about the Pop Rocks cotton candy that they had for a little while. It was like cotton candy, and as it would melt into your mouth and get down to that liquidy kind of phase, it would start popping. So
Well,
good.
speaking of cotton candy for Valentine's, just for Valentine's Day, I assume, they're going to have a cherry cotton candy.
Yeah, but it doesn't pop.
Neither do you.
Bring your own pops.
I'll bring my own pops.
Was there something on here that sticks out to you that you want to talk about?
The other thing from
Molcajete. The what?
All right, the Sweetheart Donut Sundae. Warm glazed donut with a scoop of vanilla ice cream, chocolate sauce topping, whipped cream, sprinkles, and a cherry, and that's from the Gibson Girl. Over at Gibson Girl.
Now, I'm a little confused because it says it's a warm glazed donut. That's a chocolate donut that's in the picture.
You know, something that I've saw a picture
Wait.
of.
It's the warm glaze.
Oh.
The chocolate glaze is warm. Maybe that's, I don't know.
But usually am I not wrong that when you refer to a glazed donut, that's usually the clear
Yeah.
glaze?
Maybe
Yes,
it is,
yes.
but with chocolate topping also.
No, you look right at it.
No,
it's basically it's a chocolate donut.
Look in the middle.
Oh, yeah,
That's
you're right.
not a glazed donut. That is a chocolate glazed donut, which you don't really refer to as chocolate glaze. You just call it a chocolate donut.
Right.
I did see a picture. I don't know if we talked about this before. Don't shoot me the messenger here, but
Too late.
there was a crazy strawberry funnel cake thing with like bits of cake topping it that I saw somebody posted. Oh yeah, that's the one right there. Where is this? So this is the next thing? Oh, it's so good. It looks so good.
All right, so he's talking about that strawberry cheesecake.
Funnel of love.
Yeah, funnel cake thing. Now that is over at what do you call it?
Stage Door.
Stage Door.
We actually had it on Thursday.
Oh, there you go.
How was it?
Well, I don't like cheesecake, so I don't eat the cheesecake part. I did eat the strawberries and the cream and the funnel cake.
So
So just the chunks on top you did.
So he ate the funnel, but not the love.
Oh my gosh!
Not Disney, but she just reminded me, if you really want conversation hearts this year, what you should do is go to Krispy Kreme because they have conversation heart shaped donuts.
Okay.
It looks awesome.
So I mean, like we said, we had that, and it was. I like strawberries, so I'm just gonna eat the strawberries.
I want that without the whipped cream.
Oh gosh!
Let me see the picture
Because
again.
I want that cheesecake filling, and I want the strawberry compote.
Oh, that the little glaze filling or whatever is on there was really good. It wasn't that bad.
The compote or the
No, not the compote, but
the chocolate bow.
I just wonder how much of it I can fit in my mouth at one time.
You're not supposed to put it all in your mouth at once.
It'd be so good though.
The cheesecake filling wasn't that bad.
Coma.
All right, quiet.
Oh, it has cheesecake filling, or just the chunks on top?
Both.
Oh man, we got to try this. I'm gonna risk the coma.
Yeah, so you guys should go check out some of this stuff for Valentine's Day. Let's see, what was the dates on this? Through February 18th, you will be able to get the Valentine's Day treats.
Head over to our Facebook page, and you can see the whole list of all the goodies they have, including not just desserts, but of course entrees and stuff like that.
Yeah, molcajete platter over at Zocalo.
Yahweh.
A southern pork belly sliders over at Riverbell.
Pork belly sliders?
Yeah.
Is there a photo?
Yes.
So 2 with some, pickle chips or something? in
Pickle
between?
chips.
Interesting.
Salad.
No.
So yeah, Valentine's. Go check it out. Hey, so I was telling you guys last week that Whitewater Snacks had... Now, it hadn't officially reopened at the time when I said it, right? Wasn't there official reopening like on
Yeah, it was the Wednesday. I
or
believe.
something like that? But it had already soft opened according to what I had heard. And there had already been people that had taken pictures of the menu and everything. Yesterday, of course, because, they take forever. Disneyland finally posted yesterday that Whitewater Snacks was reopened in case
You hadn't noticed yet?
In case you hadn't noticed, or if in case you're not in the know, they posted that Whitewater Snacks was open, and they posted a good mentioning of all of the food and everything. I was kind of a little vague on it last time, but now I can tell you that they do have a... now, last time they did have breakfast before, because we made a comment about breakfast one of the first times we ever went over there, right? But obviously, always too early for breakfast.
Yeah.
I don't think that they had this many breakfast things. There wasn't just like one breakfast thing and that was it, like, right?
Probably.
There was just like some breakfast burrito or a breakfast something or a quesadilla or something like that. I don't remember, but now they got all kinds of stuff. They got basically your standard breakfast plate. They got a breakfast burrito. They got a smoked salmon bagel sandwich. They got quiche, avocado toast for the millennials, egg white scramble for the weirdos. They have a breakfast plate with turkey bacon. For lunch and dinner now, they got some bowls. They got a poke bowl. They got a rice bowl. As I mentioned last week, they got some handcrafted fancy sandwiches now. Trying to compete with Earl of Sandwich, I guess.
Oh.
This looks like it's more like fresh,
Is that the artisan picture?
Yeah, they're more like artisan, more fresh ingredient sandwiches.
That's the kind of stuff that they would sell at like the Starbucks and stuff. It seems like
At the Starbucks and the WalMarts?
Yes.
No, I mean the Starbucks in the park.
Like, for example, they got a mortadella sandwich with provolone on a pretzel roll, and they got a prosciutto sandwich and a chicken salad curry sandwich on a butter croissant. They have pizzas, artisanal pizzas now. They got a margarita or a pepperoni. They got one that's called the forest mushroom pizza.
Elizabeth's over here saying, thank God for the leggings. Yeah, so she can fit more in her belly.
Now, do we think that they use different burgers in here than they would use in the park?
Which location is this you're talking about?
The same one we've been talking about.
I don't know because
at Whitewater?
Yes.
I've never had their burgers.
I doubt it. I believe that probably the same ones.
I'm just curious because, we've given our thoughts on the burgers in the park before, and we tell everybody to stay away from them because they're garbage and they're cardboard.
Yeah.
But it just, when you start getting outside, like into the hotel, you're not sure if they're using different product.
Well, I can say
that's a good question.
I can say that before they did their remodel,
because like this picture here tells me nothing because it's drenched in cheese and all kinds of crap.
Before the remodel, the hot dogs they were serving there was the same from the park.
Right.
And now they got rid of those hot dogs and have the all beef. Now.
If you look right there, it looks like a burnt ass burger underneath that slop, right?
Depends on what's in the slop.
Doesn't that look like a burnt ass burger underneath there, right? So
it looks dark.
It looks very dark. I mean, the cheese and everything, whatever that is on top, which this is the Cali grilled Angus cheeseburger with grilled asparagus, celery salad, spiced hollandaise, Swiss cheese, and artichoke aioli. So I'm just going to say don't mess with it until you hear otherwise.
I mean, it's possible that they might have a different, like the Grand Californian sells burgers.
I know, just this picture doesn't give me any hope for that it is a burger because it looks really burnt underneath and it looks like one of their normal cardboard burgers. Now, what does look good is the sustainable fish tacos, which looks really yummy.
Can I say that last week we talked about the Mickey burger?
The triple Mickey head.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
At the
that
looks gross too.
Right.
Smoke Jumpers Grill.
Yeah.
It looked gross. That's Smoke Jumpers. Thank you. But I will say that a friend of mine had that burger and he thought that it was delicious. And he compared it to the burger from Tomorrowland, one of the burgers there. And he said that the Smoke Jumpers...
Now, the burgers from Tomorrowland from like 10 years ago or the burgers from Tomorrowland from now? Because the burgers from Tomorrowland from now are the same cardboard burgers that we're talking about.
He said that he liked it and he would rather go to Smoke Jumpers than go to Tomorrowland to buy it.
All right, I am going to have to go there and try this burger. And I will be the judge.
The good thing is it's Disneyland. You can eat half and then tell them it was horrible.
Well, maybe I'll do that.
If you want it. I mean, if you're willing to take the step of going to talk to the guy and say this sucked.
The burgers they put on top look like the same ones they have for the kids' meal.
Right.
Now, Michael, the mail guy, said that those little burgers were way better than the big burger. So
So it's possible the little burgers are good and the bigger burger was bad.
I will say also, I don't know that I've had one from Taste Pilots, but I
Smoke
did
Jumpers?
have. Sorry, Smoke Jump. Why do I keep Taste Pilots was the old name, right?
Yes.
So the burgers that I've had more recently, I'd say in the last 2 years at the park, I've had one from Tomorrowland that was all right. I've had one from Hungry Bear that was horrible, and I've had one from where we had the burger together with the cups. What was that called at the Red Rose Tavern? And that one was mediocre. So maybe they aren't.
Yeah, I haven't had a burger from Hungry Bear. Hungry Bear used to have the best burgers like 15 years ago.
Those were the worst ones. In fact, I ordered a burger and I ordered a chicken sandwich.
Well, I order nothing but chicken sandwiches when I go to Hungry Bear now because that's all they have there that's good.
They were both awful.
Well, no, the chicken sandwich I've always have there is good. But the one time him and I had burgers, we saw pictures of burgers that were supposedly looked good that were at Paradise Garden Grill, right? Was that where the burger was from? That's where we ate it. Where was it from?
No, it was from there. Remember,
it was from there
because they were redoing Smoke Jumpers at the time.
Oh, right. They had the burgers that were supposedly going to be for Smoke Jumpers.
Right.
Before Smoke Jumpers even reopened or opened, and they were serving them there, and they said, these are new burgers.
Well, so no, because Taste Pilots had burgers.
Right.
They closed that down.
Right.
And then they just moved the burgers over.
Right.
Same.
And then somebody
burgers.
told us that they were good, so we were like, okay, well, we're going to go try them. And they were terrible.
Here's the question. What do you consider, not at Disneyland, what do you consider a standard for a decent burger? Not phenomenal, but like it's a good pass for a burger. Just a
habit.
The habit. So you think the habit is
not... The habit's fresh. You can't...
I would say fresh and better than normal.
Well, you can't really... Two things, the habit and In-N-Out.
In-N-Out's also
I now
better than
know
normal.
are both... they're not. Those are both considered fresh burgers. So you can't really compare to those.
Same with Wendy's too. The never frozen beef.
You can't really compare those. That's different. As far as
what else is there?
Well,
that's what my question is. If we can figure out
frozen burgers,
if we can figure out the standard.
My point is, I don't go to frozen burgers.
My standard for cheap frozen,
good burger.
Well, you've never had a burger from Jack in the Box or Carl's or anywhere else, because those would be cheap frozen burgers.
True.
But I would say that the buttery Jack at Jack in the Box almost as always tastes very fresh and delicious.
I mean, even if you were to say like...
but that could be the preparation.
Even if you were to say just a quarter pounder from McDonald's.
Yeah, no.
But that's... Would you rather have a new burger from Disneyland or would you rather have a quarter pounder from McDonald's?
I'd rather have neither.
Well, that's not the question.
If I have to pick, I'm going to pick Disneyland. I would never eat the burger from McDonald's.
Okay. So that's the question is, if we can figure out what's the standard for just a decent everyday run-of-the-mill burger, then
Jack in the Box.
Okay. For me, it would be like a
Baker's.
That's upper.
I'm
though.
sorry, Baker's.
That's not average though.
This is what I eat.
I was actually going to
Baker's
ask you if you
be-
could get me some Baker's on the way here next time. I'll pay for it.
Baker's would be, I would consider Baker's, In-N-Out, Habit. Those are all above average.
Well, see, I'm
so-
just telling you, this is what I eat. What I'm telling you is what I eat. This is my go-to burger.
Right.
So,
So would you rather have not the go-to, but like if you go to some place, are you not going to complain and send the burger back? And that would for me be like, a certain level of burger at Burger King, or maybe a quarter pounder, or
I've been really disappointed in Burger King lately.
or just a Jack in the Box, whatever.
They're what's it called? They're King. The Big King burger.
Oh yeah, she had one of those, and she said it was really good.
Yes, I am very, very with you with the. There you go. I am very with you when you talk about Burger King and being disappointed because I haven't eaten there in years because their
A lot of
burgers
times it's
just,
location. That's all location based.
Let me tell you something. When it came to Burger King, it was my number one place to go, and I went there for years. I never ever had another burger. It was always Burger King, but then I branched out and started trying other burgers.
I always go, what was that one on Foothill and Sycamore or something like that?
And then their burgers just started going downhill, and I never went there ever again to get a burger. I wasn't interested. So the Bacon King burger came out, and oh my gosh, I eat that every time. Not every time, but when I go to Burger King, that's what I'm getting. Is that Bacon King burger because it's just so good. It's so juicy, and it has bacon.
I'm just gonna say real quick. I mean, we're off the rails, so we'll get back on the rails here in a minute. But the ultimate cheeseburger
at Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box.
That's standard for me.
I ever since those have came out, I've never really had a problem with the burgers themselves. It's always just them screwing up the top ends.
Yeah, agreed.
Because when the just real quick, when the ultimate cheeseburger first came out, they only put that like ranch sauce on it.
It's
that
the
white,
ranch
the white,
mayo.
Ranch mayo. That's all they put on it. But then all of a sudden, one day out of nowhere, they decided that they were going to start.
Three.
It's all three. It's mustard,
ketchup,
and that
third sauce, the mayo.
And
basically.
then I got to the point where I kept forgetting to say no,
mustard at least, yeah.
Mustard's fine, but
for me it's the other way. But yeah,
but to me, honestly, neither. I love mustard, but honestly, I would rather just have it with that ranch mayo the way it always was. But yeah, the ultimate cheeseburger to me has never really faltered, and that's why I consider Jack in the Box probably the standard when it comes to basic, generic fast food
for me.
But yeah, if you want to move up to like In-N-Out and Baker's and stuff like that, then
for me, I could say
that's a step up.
I've been to Rally's a few times recently when nothing else was open, and they screwed up my order in the same way all 3 times. And they basically forgot to put like the crispy onions on top and the bacon. So it was just they gave it to me with just cheese and the meat and the sauce. And they forgot to put the other stuff. And I normally would eat a burger like that, no problem. But it was just substandard. It was not great, not horrible, just like the next step above, where it's, you're going to eat it, but you're not stoked on it. And that's how I feel we should rate these Disneyland burgers. If you cut everything else out, it's what do you consider to be okay, and then where do you put the Disneyland burger next to it? If you guys want to write in, any of our listeners want to tell us what they think, how do you compare it to a burger in the real world outside of Disneyland? That's really what I'd like to know.
Now, real quick, you know who does have a good burger that's a theme park? Knott's Berry Farm.
Really?
Yes.
All right, just real quick, moving on with just to finish up Whitewater real fast. They also have a chicken fried biscuit and waffle, which sounds really good for the kids. And Diggs, they have a Parmesan crusted grilled cheese.
I would eat that.
And a PBJ&N sandwich.
PBJ&N? What's the N for?
Nutella.
Oh, ew.
I don't think it's actual Nutella, but it is a peanut butter jelly and chocolate hazelnut spread. And then apparently they've added root beer floats.
Oh, cool.
Whitewater Snacks is open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And they also have mobile ordering. And that is really, really cool. So I think I'm going to do some mobile ordering and head over there.
Now, I don't see it here, but I do know that from the menu that the nachos are still on the menu as far as I know.
Okay.
And then, of course, I mentioned last week that they still do the hot dog of the month, even if they're not telling us.
Oh, okay. And they don't have cheddar beef there.
No, and they never have. All right. So speaking of staying inside the hotel and moving over to someplace incredibly more expensive, Napa Rose. Isn't it a princess breakfast that they have at the Storyteller for the buffet, right? Isn't that a princess, or is that just a character breakfast?
That's a character breakfast.
It's just a character, but you would presume that princesses might show up.
The last time I was there, they Chippendale was there.
Oh, okay. So
usually they'll have Mickey or Minnie or Chippendale or some of the Fab Five kind of deal.
All right. Well, so if those aren't good enough for you, and you don't mind spending a little bit more, and you really want to spend a lot of money to take your kids to breakfast, well, then this is for you, because they have a new Princess Breakfast Adventures. Napa Rose, they will be having the all-new Disney Princess Breakfast Adventures. You will enjoy a exquisite 3-course breakfast. All right, so it doesn't tell you at all what you're going to get to eat. I don't see anywhere in here where it says what the food is. It says dining experience and elements subject to restrictions and change without notice, which means it could be something different every day. Who knows? I assume the princesses will be walking around and doing stuff. It says they'll encourage youngsters to discover their own strengths and talents, blah, blah, blah. Start each morning with a can-do attitude and $125. Oh, did I skip ahead? 'Cause that's how much it costs. $125 for each person.
Well, then.
For this breakfast.
That's at least 3 times what Goofy's costs. More.
I can go to 2 conventions for that price. Or, I don't know, lots of different things. Yeah, so it was a very expensive breakfast.
It sounds a little bit like Ariel's Grotto when they had it back in the day.
I saw a lot of people commenting that when I first started looking at this, I was looking at people's comments to see how many people were going to complain about it. And yes, it was very common for people to mention that they missed going to having the breakfast at Ariel's Grotto that wasn't this much money.
Right.
But
all right,
here's
so
my arm.
All right, so I get the date. It said it will begin on Saturday, March 30th.
Okay, because this just said spring. So, okay, March 30th. It just says the morning is going to include enchanting activities, intimate story time, a private portrait location, and premium keepsakes. Like I said, it doesn't really give you an idea of what's in the meal. It does say that there will be champagne for adults, sparkling beverages of some sort. There might have maybe some sparkling cider for the kids. I don't know. Make it fancy. I don't know. I assume all of the princesses will be available. They just mentioned Belle, Tiana, Ariel, and Jasmine, and others, and Friend.
All right, it says you will be charmed as Disney princesses stop by your table for a personal visit. Same thing they did over there with Chip and Dale. They did that with us. Then adults savor delightful amenities like specialty coffees. Girls and boys will let their imagination soar as they delight in enchanting activities that highlight what makes a Disney princess unique. Guests will share a final fond farewell with a personal princess portrait moment and enjoy a special keepsake to remember their unique Disney princess experience.
I'm trying to find. I know that there is something where it tells you what it comes with, because I saw people commenting something about ribs, and they were saying, "Why do the kids need ribs for breakfast?" or something, and then other people commenting that it was a very unbreakfast like menu.
All right, stand by.
Aren't we past the point where food should have a time of day?
You would think so. I mean, especially in the day and age where breakfast for dinner is pretty popular.
Why
I mean,
can't
I've been
you
doing
have
it
dinner
for years.
breakfast?
Yeah, why not? I don't know. And just note, it is the same price for children as adults. Is $125. That is ages 3 through 9. So yes, you will have to pay $125
For your 3-year-old?
For your 3-year-old through 9-year-old
dirty
to eat breakfast. Okay, he has sent me the menu. It says begin your experience with options for both kids and adults. It includes a sunrise citrus and vanilla bun with raspberry glaze, assorted fruit slices and berries, egg custard served in a shell, and Parmesan crisp and ketchup caviar. They have hot offerings for kids. Young princesses and princes will enjoy a selection of items like house-made mac and cheese, mini chicken, and princess waffles, and beef sliders. They have hot offerings for adults that include shepherd's pie, slow braised short ribs, and pork belly. And then sides include roasted seasonal root vegetables and heirloom potatoes, artisan breakfast sausages, bangers, and more are also available.
I'm a big fan of root vegetables.
And then desserts, they will have chocolate princess cake pops, white chocolate slipper with strawberry ganache, petite fruit tarts, and more.
I thought that said farts.
So, yeah, very, very unbreakfast-like, but as Tim said, I mean, doesn't really matter. I mean, if you want to do that, I mean, that sounds more like you're getting your money's worth than you would if it was just an omelet bar.
Well, listen, for $8.99, you can go to the IHOP and get your Root Tootie Fresh and Fruity breakfast, or you can go here and get root vegetables for $124.99.
All right. So, hey, reservations are open now. All you have to do is call 714-781-DINE. Or you can go online and you can make your reservations up to 60 days prior to your visit.
Or use your Disneyland app.
Just a note that guests with reservations for the Disney Princess Breakfast Adventure will receive 5 hours of complimentary parking with validation at the Grand Californian. So my suggestion is that you go to Storytellers Cafe and you get the breakfast buffet.
Ooh, that's what we did.
And that's because that's where the omelet bar is. And that don't cost $125. But if you're a money bags and you got all the money in the world and you're eating at Steakhouse 55 every single weekend, have at it. And let us know how it is. MousePIRE@gmail.com.
So moving on.
I had a fat time on Thursday.
How fat was it?
Well, I did talk about how I went on that Friday and I wanted to try that Mickey Mouse Club hat-shaped dessert or whatever it's called over at Jolly Holiday. And it's the Mickey Mouse Club hat dessert. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's a chocolate truffle mousse dome with vanilla bean creme brulee center. And they didn't have it.
Burn.
So they had it when I went there on Thursday. So, of course, I tried it. And I did try it with some hot chocolate, too. And it was pretty good, but it was just a little too rich for me. It was, I mean, I would have it again, definitely, but it was really, really rich.
Which one? What was that?
The Mickey shaped, that dessert I didn't get last time.
Oh, right.
The vanilla bean creme brulee was pretty good. It wasn't that bad. And, of course, you had the little white chocolate logo thing on top, and you had the little chocolate Mickey ears. So it was pretty good. I would recommend it for other people to try. Like I said, I will try it again. Or I would definitely have it again. But it was just a little too rich for me. I don't mind rich stuff that as much, but to me, I think it was like really, really rich. But it was good, and I was really happy that they had it this time so I can try. But yeah, that's over there at Jolly Holiday. It's pretty good. Try it out. Now, I haven't had a chance to get over to check out the Lunar New Year stuff that's going on. I was hoping to get there a little bit earlier on the Thursday, but I did have an anchor with me once again, so I didn't get a chance to get over there early enough to check out what's going on for
You had an anchor with you?
all the festivities going on, but hopefully I can get there before it's over. We'll see about that. But hey, did you hear about the new parking line at the trams for Mickey and Friends tram?
No.
They have a new system going on over there. So when the park closes and you're heading out for the day, they actually have a queue line set up over there, and you will go through the queue line.
And then they'll
tell you where to go.
Interesting.
So they have the different loading stations, different loading, how they load. And basically, everyone goes to the line, even if you're handicapped. If you're in a wheelchair, all that, you will go in the line. And then they will direct you. If you tell them you want to go on the tram, being, the ADA, you go on the tram, or you say, I want to go on the bus, and then they'll, load you to the bus or send you to the bus. So they have a new thing. It looked like chaos. Disney 366 was there and filmed it. It looked like just like chaos. But he said that the wait was maybe 5 minutes. It wasn't bad at all because they were like, okay, you go here, and they're loading the aisles.
So the wait through the actual queue line was 5 minutes, but then you have to wait for the tram probably after that.
No, well, when I was watching, the tram was already there, and I could see in the distance of other trams just sitting there, like waiting to come and load. So it didn't look like it was that bad yesterday, being Monday. He said it was like a 5 minute wait, even though it looked like chaos going on. But
maybe they're just testing it out.
Just wait until summer.
That's what I mean. They're probably just testing it out to see if they need it for Star Wars.
That's why
thing.
you don't park there.
No. They're supposed to park there. We don't need.
Oh, right.
We don't need chaos at our parking. Yeah. Anyway, the brand new loading zone or loading queue line for the trams for Mickey and Friends, and
where is the line? Is it like where the old security was?
I can't tell you. You just have to go and follow the mass of people and get in line and go to your tram or get on the tram and go to your car.
And plus, I could see where that would get really, really complicated when they start using the other side. Because unless they're going to start having where people get off only on the other side, which I know that they've done sometimes where they drop off on the one side and they pick up on this side.
Mm-hmm. They might be using both sides and they're just queuing them in both directions. But I think that they might be using it as a deterrent to get more people to walk back to their car too. They don't, too many people are lining up. They're all, screw that line. I'm just going to walk. You walk through downtown Disney, you walk across the parking lot.
Well, I have said that there is a time, and I predict that there is a time when you will not be able to. There will be no more tram from Mickey and Friends.
You don't think so?
No. Why do you think they're building that pedestrian bridge?
I mean, as an option for the people that want to walk over.
Sure, Jan.
What I'm wondering is the pedestrian bridge going to just go across Magic Way into the quote-unquote Stitch lot? Or will the pedestrian bridge cross over part of Magic Way and also Disneyland Drive to connect to the path that used to run? You know what I'm talking about? There's the path that used to run next behind like where the Splitsville is and stuff now. And you could walk across Disneyland Drive, then you'd walk up a little bit, and then you'd cut behind the not Grand Californian, but the behind downtown Disney on the east side.
That walkway is across the street. It's not going that direction to downtown.
Yeah, it's
Disney.
not crossing Disneyland Drive. It's just crossing Magic Way.
Okay, so they're just going to dump them across Magic Way into
the property, basically,
into the other parking lot, essentially.
Presumably, while the parking lot's there. Like I said, I predict that parking lot will go away at some point, and they have to extend downtown Disney all the way to that point.
Yeah, at some point, that parking lot will probably go away.
Because otherwise, it seems like too much to put the pedestrian bridge there.
I just don't know where it's going to land. Like when you go up over the pedestrian bridge and you go back down, will there be handicap? Is there elevators?
That parking lot where they do all the running. What parking lot is that?
That's Timon. No, what's the one
Stitch?
across from Stitch?
That's not a parking. That's a drop off. The drop off area. You're talking about where they usually go to get back up their medals.
Well,
I'm talking about where they always have a concert stage. They have a stage up there.
Oh yeah, that's Lilo.
That's where that's probably going
Stitch. One of them.
That's probably where it's going to drop off.
Right.
And they're probably going to build some other stuff there, then like a walkway in.
Right.
To go into downtown Disney. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, from the artist rendering, it looks like that's where it would be dropping off, going over the bridge and going down there.
Oh, you've seen? Is there a rendering?
I don't have it with me, Tim.
Well, I thought you'd have it on your phone.
Months ago.
Oh.
All right, so some time ago, I had mentioned that coming up would be that they were going to be doing a Ducks Day at the park in celebration of the 25th anniversary of the Anaheim Ducks. They will be doing a Ducks Day at Disney California Adventure Park on February 11th. That is a Monday. In fact, that is a couple Mondays from now. They will be taking over Hollywoodland with meet and greets, hockey-themed activities, photo opportunities, special decor, and more. In Stage 17, they will have the fan headquarters that will be open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. They will have a selection of Anaheim Ducks memorabilia from the past 25 years, including jerseys, sticks, helmets, trophies, and more. While you are there, test your hockey skills or challenge your friends to air and table hockey. A very special mascot will also be there for greetings and photo opportunities. I would assume it's Wild Wing. They will have a cavalcade in Hollywoodland at 1:15. And that will go along Hollywood Boulevard and Buena Vista Street. And it will be basically like all the other cavalcades they've ever had, which is basically a little parade of people. They will have a meet and greet with players and alumni in Stage 12 at 2:15, 3:15, and 4:15.
Is Gigi Bear going to be there?
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Bring your camera ready, Smiles, and see some of your favorite hockey players outside of Stage 12. There's a note. Let me see what the note says. For meet and greet experiences, wristbands for your choice of one meet and greet. Oh, so it's going to be similar to the Disney Channel thing.
Right. That was in April or something like
that. Yeah, so basically you'll have your choice of one meet and greet per guest. And those will be distributed at park opening in the Hollywood backlot. So just like with the Disney Channel festival thing that they had with all the Disney Channel stars, at opening of DCA, you'll have to basically run to Hollywood backlot and get your wristband, and you'll have your choice of whatever one Ducks player, presumably past and present, you will get to do your meet and greet.
I still have the very first Mighty Ducks program.
Cool.
Yeah.
The wristband distribution queue will be available at park opening as you enter Hollywoodland. Wristbands are limited per experience and available while supplies last. Blah, blah, blah. Subject without notice.
Blah, blah, blah.
Let's see. Event merchandise in stage 17 from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. That'll be in the same place as the fan headquarters. Outside stage 12. Outside stage 17, pick up several special Anaheim Ducks Day merchandise, including apparel, baseball caps, limited edition prints, coins, pins, and hockey pucks. Merchandise is limited and available while supplies last. Basically, they just show merchandise as the Anaheim Ducks Day logo on it. They will have a Anaheim Ducks through the years video inside Sunset Showcase Theater.
Oh.
That will be from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m.
That's cool.
Yeah, relive memorable moments from the past 25 years of Ducks hockey. Film features include the 2000 run to the Stanley Cup Final, the road to the 2007 Stanley Cup Championship, Teemu Selanne and Paul Kariya jersey retirement ceremonies, and the 10th anniversary celebration of California's first cup, when the entire team reunited and took the stage to share stories from the historic championship. Other happenings include treats, of course.
I like treats.
There will be a limited selection of specialty treats inspired by the Anaheim Ducks' 25th anniversary. There will be an orange cream puck at Trolley Treats, anniversary-inspired macaron at Studio Catering Company, or hockey puck-themed brownie at Schmoozies. Over at the Animation Academy, you get to learn how to draw some of your favorite Disney ducks with the Animation Academy artists. Team has even added a few new Disney ducks to their lineup for one day only.
Oh.
And as always, you get to keep your art as a souvenir.
Or you could recycle it.
Sure. The Anaheim Ducks announced that the National Hockey League will highlight their 25th anniversary with a Silver Celebration Week from February 10th through 17th. Join in the conversation using hashtag Ducks25.
Coolness.
So yeah, get your duck on.
Quack, 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 quack.
Ducks fly together.
Yeah.
They do, actually.
Speaking of animals,
Da, 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 da.
our favorite movie of, 2 years ago,
Yes.
Zootopia, is not coming to Disneyland parks.
But it's not.
Not coming to Disneyland Resort parks. But it is going to Shanghai, of course, because Shanghai gets all the cool shit.
That's a resort, too.
It is a Disneyland Shanghai. It is Shanghai Resort. It is
Shanghai
not Disneyland.
Shanghai
Resort.
Disneyland Resort.
It is not Disneyland Resort. It is Shanghai Disney Resort. It says right there, Shanghai Disney Resort.
Oh.
They are getting a Zootopia-themed land.
Yay.
Lucky them. There is concept art here. It is going to basically look like, what's the city in Zootopia? Is it called Zootopia?
Yeah.
Is that the name of the city? No.
Well, there's different cities within Zootopia. Zootopia is the world.
Well, what's the city that the movie takes place in?
There's a few cities.
No, there isn't. There's one city.
The bunny
That's
thing.
not a city. That's like the farm.
Right, but it's an area within the...
Anyways.
whole part of the movie is the train passing through the cities. The different cities of animals.
Anyways, guests will be invited to experience the mammalian metropolis of Zootopia, where anyone can be anything. With a new major attraction that will seamlessly blend Disney storytelling and state-of-the-art technology to bring this fan-favorite movie and its characters to life, including Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde. Entertainment, merchandise, and food and beverage, blah, 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 blah. Development of the world's first Zootopia-themed land follow the success of Zootopia, which is the highest grossing animated feature in the history of China.
Yeah, I read that as well. You know what looks cool about this is it looks like it's also going to have the highest walls of any land ever.
It's possible with all the tall buildings. Construction is targeted to begin later this year, with obviously no idea when this will open. I'm predicting like 2022 or 2021 or something like that. And I will already say that the furries are very happy.
Do you think that
that's no joke.
Do you think that there'll be a point soon, like in the next 5 years, where Disney stops building for a while?
Why?
Well, they haven't. Before Shanghai, they hadn't really built anything new in Florida. They hadn't really built anything new here. I mean, Cars Land was like the only new thing in any of the Disney resorts for like a really long time, for 15 or 10 years or something.
I don't think so, because I mean, you got this obviously is a big project. You've got the Frozen area of who is it that's adding the Frozen area?
Frozen, Star Wars, and Marvel's being added to the Studios Park in Paris.
Right. So I mean, then you got
that'll be
obviously
about 2024 that they finish that.
Yeah, and then you got Marvel, which is in the dockets for all of the parks.
Right.
You got Star Wars, which is in the dockets for parks. You got all kinds of stuff that's definitely coming up, and I mean,
there's a lot of
even when you
stuff
move
with Florida's doing a ton of things.
And then when you move past that, you have to figure that there's going to be some sort of upgrade to Tomorrowland that's going to be coming after that. And then you have to figure that by the time they get done with that, they're going to be ready to upgrade Fantasyland again. So who knows? I don't think there's going to be any stopping. There's always going to be something to upgrade.
I just meant, there's plenty of stuff
speaking,
to upgrade.
Speaking of upgrading shit, do we want to talk about what's going on with the Astro Orbiter right now?
What's going on with
or
it?
that we don't know?
Is it broken and not running?
It's not there. The Astro Orbiter is gone.
It's completely taken out
for the most part.
As of today, I got pictures today of it.
Is the bottom gone now too?
There's no shaft there anymore.
Yeah, the Astro Orbiter is gone. There are
no announcement.
No announcement. We knew he was going down a refurbishment because I assume he was on the schedule, right? It was on the schedule.
It's still on the
ahead
schedule.
of time. No, I mean ahead. Like you knew, like a month ago, it was going to.
Oh no, it wasn't on the schedule.
So it just kind of popped up then.
Not really. Maybe a week or two.
Is that unusual?
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, what I do know about those types of rides, they've got them in several parks. They've got one in Paris. They've got one in Tokyo or in Shanghai. Different. It's Tron or something over there. But
that one's designed off the one in Paris.
This is, I think, the oldest one. They might just be doing the refurb off campus because it's easier.
No, everything is behind Space Mountain.
Okay.
The balls.
And I know
and the rockets are all behind Space Mountain.
I know for a fact that they clean the rockets every night, but they haven't touched the balls. That's what I've heard.
Yes, that is what we've been told, is that they are
no balls.
That they are cleaning the rockets every single night, but nobody's touching the balls. That was the last thing we had heard. There are rumors going around, supposedly through security people, that they're moving it back on top where it used to be.
Where it should be.
But then I also hear pretty good sources that that whole top section has been designated a hazard, a safety hazard, and nobody is allowed up there without harnesses and stuff.
Well, they would just have to put up railings and stuff.
No, the whole structure
the platform.
The whole structure has become unstructurally sound.
Interesting.
So the whole thing would have to be rebuilt, and it's all thanks to a lot of it's thanks to rocket rods and how hard rocket rods was on that whole structure. Because I mean, we know that we've known for years that the reason that they haven't put back People Mover is because they would have to rebuild the whole entire track because the rocket rod basically destroyed it. They all have cracks and everything through all of the supports. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if it's just going to get a good cleaning and then put back right where it was, or if they're going to try and move it because, well, I mean, we've been talking about for a while that the best thing that for them to do is to move it and to reopen that entrance to Space or to Tomorrowland back up to a nice big opening like it used to be.
Well, they would probably turn it into stroller parking.
Oh, God. Well, you're not wrong. Probably not wrong
Probably
about
not
that.
wrong. Oh, yeah. It's still the whole area would be roped off stroller parking, and then they would maybe even put like real rails in where like an attendant has to get your stroller in and out.
All right. So by now, everybody knows that Black Panther has been nominated for Best Picture for the Academy Awards. And in honor of that, Black Panther will be returning to the big screen, not only as part of a 2-day festival of Best Picture nominees at AMC theaters, but also will be returning to theaters for 1 week from February 1st through 7th at 250 participating AMC Theaters locations. There will be 2 showings per day, and they will be absolutely free.
Free.
Cool.
To everybody.
How do they fit everyone in?
First come, first serve, bub.
Oh. Can you use your app to reserve a seat, or do you have to line up?
I assume. I don't know. It says is not only part of... I mean, this says as part of Black History Month, but I had actually first read it was because of it being a Best Picture nominee, so maybe a combination of both, I'm guessing. Yeah, so if you guys haven't gone to see that, go check it out. I would probably... Though, those free showings are all going to be pretty much packed. If you really want to go see Black Panther again and you have... and you don't mind seeing the other movies, you can always get the, like I said, the Best Picture package. That'll be later in the month.
So yesterday for us, the long-awaited Kingdom Hearts sequel was released. A lot of the guys I know got it at midnight, or some of them even a little bit before that. So I asked my friend Jesse Cruz to write a little bit of a review, just from what he's played so far, which is probably almost the whole day, most likely. He says so far he can only speak about the 3 worlds that he's played in the beginning: Hercules, an original world from the previous game, and Toy Story. Literally about to face the final boss of Toy Story as I write this. The game plays like a dream. The detail is outstanding and true to the respective worlds, like famous Easter eggs in Pixar films inside the Toy Story world, like the Luxo Ball, the Pizza Planet truck. The combelt felt pretty basic at first, but already evolves as you continue and becomes more complex and more fun. About to enter the Tangled world next, and can't wait to see what other surprises are thrown at me. So he's stoked about it, and this guy's like the biggest Kingdom Hearts fan I know. He wears Kingdom Hearts pins, Kingdom Hearts shirts, Kingdom Hearts baseball caps. I literally don't know anybody else that's as big a Kingdom Hearts fan. He's like in Kingdom Hearts clubs. So for him to have a really high review after his expectations were really high is pretty cool. I guess now it's time for the mail.
Hey. We have some mail.
We do.
And our first email is from Wreck-It Rachel.
Rachel.
And her subject line is, I can't think of a good subject.
Fired.
Listen, I will gladly send you a shipping label. Just send back cookies.
All right. Hey, guys. So I'm going to make a deal with you so you guys will stop the cookie fighting and crying.
Oh, no.
Who's crying?
No one's crying. I'm offering labels.
When it's your birthday, I will make you a cookie package. You can pick the cookies and no one else will get them, and you don't have to share them.
Wait, but if you get cookies, you're going to share them with me, right?
No.
Man.
Sound good? Sure.
You know I have a birthday every single month.
You just have to tell me when it's your birthday. Giselle, so good to hear your voice again. I hope you get a special email. Too bad I'm not a guy because I too hate driving and like to go home early so I can go to bed. I think I'm one that can wait for Galaxy's Edge. I mean, I love Star Wars and I want to see the new area, but I value my personal space more. That's funny. I'd rather hang out in an empty park while everyone else is over there. Hopefully that will happen. One can wish. Speaking of Star Wars, I've been thinking about the Millennium Falcon ride and was wondering if anyone put a 7-year-old in the pilot seat to test that out, because you know for a fact that's going to happen. What happens if you immediately crash? Right over? This ride is going to have lots of kinks to work out once it opens, I think.
I agree.
Or what about people like my mom who want to experience the ride but have no desire to push buttons? I've been pondering. Until next week, Rachel.
You know, in Florida, the Mission Space Ride has 2 sides. I think it was green and orange, right, Elizabeth? One side, I don't remember which is which. I bet, anyway, but yeah, I bet Giselle could tell us because she goes there a lot more than we do. But the one side is like if you just want to experience it without too much force, and your buttons don't need to do anything. You're just kind of experiencing the ride. And the other side, your buttons do some stuff, and the force of the liftoff is more G's basically. So they're basically like, do you want to like really experience the ride the way it was meant to be experienced, or do you just want to go on the ride? And I remember going on it the first time I was over there, and it was pretty intense. And I couldn't figure out, like with the intensity, I couldn't figure out what I needed to do. So when we went back again, we went on like the easy side, and it was a lot. For me, it was a lot more enjoyable because you get to experience the visual of the situation without like being forced into a somewhat uncomfortable situation. And I think it'll be the same, or it'll end up having to be the same for the Millennium Falcon. There'll have to be a general setting where you're just on it, experiencing what's going on.
I find that I'm only intense when I go camping.
He is. Or when he's ranting, intense ranting. Nonetheless, that's my opinion. It may not be the case. They may force everybody to, over your head. I got it. I got the joke. Intense. Yeah, in a tent. That's what I'm thinking. Do you think that they're going to force everybody to go through the?
I haven't been pondering this like Rachel has.
Yeah. Well, she can write back next week.
So I don't know.
Obviously, they're going to have to go through the motions of, especially if it affects people as they move forward in the land. You don't want to get yelled at just because you didn't know what button to push. So you might be saying, you know what, I'm going to opt out of all of that in general, and we're going to choose this side over this side and see which is better for me. Or maybe after you've done it one way, then you can try it other ways.
I mean, based on the information we have, we really can't really say how it's gonna be. The only thing I can think of that maybe is a possibility is that we discussed whether they dropped it from 6 to 4 seats. Is that maybe if they kept maybe they kept some seats that where people don't have responsibilities. So maybe if they kept it at 6 seats, maybe they eliminated the back 2 seats from having responsibilities.
That would make
something
more
like
sense
that.
Because they're not going to lower their capacity by 1/3.
Because then they could, then you can just stick people in the back who are maybe when you're organizing people, you can say, kids and old people to the back.
Right.
Well, no, they would probably just tell you in the throughout the 28-minute load process
Right.
that they've advertised that if you don't want to be responsible for what the ship does or how it plays out, then don't sit in the front 2 seats maybe or something. Those are the 2 seats that are going to have repercussions as you go through the land, and they're the ones that are going to have, are going to really be flying.
Because otherwise, Hondo will be very mad at you.
Right. Maybe you'll get a spanking.
Whoa.
Wow.
All right.
I mean, you obviously know Hondo better than I do.
All right. Thank you for your email there, Wreck-It Rachel. All right. Next email is from Giselle the Gazelle.
Hey.
Real quick question to the Gazelle here. Are you going to go visit Zootopia?
Are you going to go to Shanghai with Anthony? He wants to go.
Hey, I'm going too.
The cool part about Shanghai, I have to say, is that the other 2 Asian parks, you can loop them into one trip pretty easily. At least Hong Kong, is there only one park each. You could easily make that one trip and visit both. Let's go. We even priced out a trip to all 3 at one point. When was it? Like around my birthday, April or so? And we priced out one trip. It was like $5,000 or $6,000, and we could do all 3 in a matter of like 10 days.
Is that all?
Pocket change.
Right.
I mean, but that's what people spend to go to Walt Disney World.
All right. Her subject line is V-Day.
Uh-oh.
Better go to a doctor for that.
Got the VD.
All right. She says, hey, brothers. First off, I want to say thank you for coming all the way to my house to record last week. I know it was far, but I really enjoyed having y'all over. Come over anytime. First of all, thank you for letting us invade your house. We really appreciate that.
And thank you for living so far away that on the way back I could get Baker's.
Oh, well, there you go. And, she also got pizza and everything and breadsticks. And,
that was very nice.
Yeah, and she even remembered that I don't like sauce on my pizza and got me pizza with no sauce. So that was cool.
And breadsticks.
Yes, breadsticks. I love those. I ate those on the way. Later.
And And she let us pick lemons from her tree.
I missed that part.
Yes,
But you still ended up with a bag of lemons.
No.
Or no, that was you.
I did.
Oh.
I use them every day. Thank you, Giselle.
Cool. She says, I haven't been to the park in a week or since Diggs and I met up, but I'll be there soon to see all the Valentine's Day decorations. Can't wait. Hope you are having a great week. School just started, so I'm already behind. Love, G. Well, that sucks. That's not good to be behind already. It's only been, 4 days or something? Well, concluding this week, 5?
I'm sure it feels like she's behind, but that's just because she's just getting into the spin of things, or what do they say, into the thick of things?
Something like that. All right, Giselle, thanks for the email. Hopefully we'll meet up again in the park. She was going to go on Friday. I think it was Friday or Saturday. I think it was Friday. But she said she was too tired and she wasn't going to head out there. So it was all good. No problem with that. Our next email is from Dan, the mailman.
Yo, Dan.
His subject line is, nothing to see here. That's exactly what I've seen in the park since the first week of January. Nothing, haha. I wanted to go this weekend, but with the forecast calling for rain, I'll probably still try to make it. Some of the best times have been had in the rain since the park tends to empty out. This last time it rained, I got some amazing video footage walking down an empty main street that was a lot more reflective due to the rain during the last Christmas season.
It's always better photos in the rain and overcast. It's like the best time to take pictures at Disneyland.
Rain is why I also have not one, but 2 Mickey Mouse umbrellas. Hey, don't forget your ponchos. I tend to think, it won't rain that hard, then get stuck either having to buy one or a poncho, but they're way too hot or look like I got on Grizzly River Run at night. Dirty, no Humphrey button. What's your favorite rain story? Let me know what's up this weekend. Dan out.
My favorite rain story at Disneyland is a friend of mine and I went when we were much younger, and we bought these. They used to sell these. You know what a voice modulator is? Kind of changes your voice to sound different. Makes it like a robot voice or a squeaky voice or whatever. And we got these little Buzz Lightyear voice modulators and went around the park. It was raining, so the park was pretty much empty, just cast members. And we'd go up with our weird voice things and say strange things to cast members. It was a lot of fun that day. We would say things like, my parents left me here when I was 12. Do you think they still love me? And we just, see what they say. Or, stop slacking off. They're just obviously they're standing there because there's nothing to do. It's raining, pouring. Hello. The other cast member over there told me to tell you to stop slacking off.
Oh, you were 12 that time?
No, I was probably like 19 or something.
Same difference.
It might as well have been 12. It was fun. We were, it's like you're there, and a lot of stuff was closed. A lot of stuff was closed because it was raining. So once you've done everything and you don't want to go home, then you find weird things to do. That's what we were doing. Weird things.
Do you have a rain story?
Yes. One time I went to Magic Mountain. Oh, for Disneyland. Probably not really. I mean, I think it was 2 days after she came here from Arizona. Rebecca came here from Arizona. I took her. We went to Disneyland for the first time to get her pass, and we got monsooned on that night. It was a monsoon that night. It was like January 6th or something like that. And we got a monsoon on us like the very first night that she went there. But, I guess nothing really.
Do you have a story?
Yes.
Yeah. We have another one Elizabeth will tell as well.
My better story is the time I went to Magic Mountain and it started raining. You know how whenever they start closing things when it starts raining, because it's, roller coasters. But we just barely were able to get on. It was during spring break, and we were just barely able to get on Colossus backwards while it was pouring down rain. Just getting pelted in the face with rain and going on the, backwards on Colossus. And
If you weren't going forwards, it would have been worse getting pelted in the face.
Well, I don't know, because, when you go down the hills, you're going down straight if you're facing forward. But when you go backwards, the rain's coming directly on your face. It was crazy.
If you guys could see this right now.
We were soaked. We immediately left because we were so soaked.
Party poopers. My rain story is it was right after I graduated high school, and I drove down to Disneyland with my friends, and it was pouring rain, and it was probably one of the best times I ever had there in the rain. And one of the best parts was going on Thunder Mountain in the rain.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Because there's no traction on the wheels, so they slip on the tracks. And then basically, if you're sitting by yourself, you are getting swung over to the other side, and it was awesome. It was just totally awesome. I don't know if it's like that now after they redid the tracks and everything, but that was probably the best ride to go on was Thunder Mountain.
I don't think they shut down Met Thunder in the rain.
No, I'm saying after they did the new tracks and put the new trains on there, I don't know if the wheels are the same. Back then, there was no traction because the rails were all slippery, and you would get beat up going back and forth if you're sitting by yourself in the train. So that was probably one of the best stories I had.
I remember Matterhorn is pretty crazy in the rain.
Yeah, I haven't been on there for a while, so that was pretty cool. Oh yeah, real quick, since I had a little car, it was like a 1986 car, and this was in the 90s, and my windows were all fogged up, so my friends were trying to, wipe
the windows
while I'm driving so I could see on the way home because it was still pouring. That was fun.
That's the rain for you. All right, Elizabeth and I went to Club 33 a couple of years. Actually, we just got almost 2 years ago to the day.
Yep.
Maybe a week ago, something like that. And our original reservation was for like 8:45 or 9 o'clock or something.
Yes.
And the people that had invited us called us last minute to tell us, they're closing the park early tonight. I was like, early? It's supposed to close at 10 or 11 p.m. And the reason was because it was pouring so badly that their park was empty. So they moved our reservation back to like 6:30, hours earlier. I guess a lot of their members had also canceled reservations, and we were when we arrived there, we found out there was only 2 other parties there, and by the time we were done, we were the last ones there. And if anybody's been to Club 33, it takes many hours. The experience, it's like a 4-hour experience of eating. And we left. It was like maybe 11 p.m. or something when we were finally leaving.
Yeah.
And what did we leave to find?
Thunderstorm. It was raining so hard. I had a coat, and it was soaked in rain. We had to be escorted out.
Because the park's closed.
Bye.
The park is closed.
Right. The park is closed.
So they have some woman that has to walk you out.
She had one umbrella, and keep in mind that
we have all these shopping bags
we have
of
shopping
stuff.
bags, and also trying to avoid all the puddles as we were walking out from New Orleans area to the gate. She was trying to be helpful, the cast member. She was like saying, "Come under my umbrella," but one umbrella for 8 people was not going to happen. By the time we got to the main gate,
no, we weren't even at the main. By the time we got to where Main Street was, we realized how bad the rain really was because you have like more of an open view, and it was coming sideways, and the street was full of water, like at least 5 inches. And we stayed on the sidewalk, but we finally got to the main gate, and it took forever because of how wet it was and how much wind.
Yeah. I just wished I had my rain boots.
Yeah, right. She would have been like jumping up and down in the water.
Yeah.
When they finally take us out, they basically just lock you out, and there's no tram.
Nope.
Nothing. It's like the park's been closed, and we have all this stuff, and we had to walk all the way through downtown Disney, and it was just pouring the whole time. It was miserable. But we were super stoked to have gone. But the bags that we had were like all soaked when we got them back too. Luckily the stuff was okay, but it was quite an experience.
Very.
Fun times in the rain.
That's all we got.
All right, thank you for your email there, Dan the Mailman. You got some rain stories there. Hopefully it won't rain as much this weekend. I don't know. I know it's supposed to rain. I haven't really checked the weather. I do plan to be there on Friday along with Tim over here. So we'll see how that goes. And if you're going to be in the parks, let me know. See what I can do. And thank you for your email there, Wreck-It Rachel and Giselle the Gazelle.
And of course, Dan the Mailman.
Already said that.
Well, it's from me this time.
All right, so you guys, if you guys have any comments, questions, your own tip of the week, if you have your own rain story, all you have to do is email us.
MousePIRE@gmail.com.
Do you have a special occasion coming up? Looking to personalize your trip with a keepsake? Create customized buttons for birthdays, engagements, family vacations, even bridal parties, or just because. Check out buttonsbydigs.com today. Buttons by Digs, Buttons by Digs. Remember, those are buttons, not pins.
That's going to do it for this edition of the MousePIRE Podcast.
Bye.
Adios, senors.
Hey, so real quick on that new queue line for the trams, I just read that they're doing this until like March 7th as a test.
As a test, yeah.
So we'll see if they're going to keep it that way. So for those of you who park at Mickey and Friends, this is how it's going to go till then. Maybe be off and on depending on the crowd size and everything. So,
well, I mean, the date makes sense because about that time is when you're starting to move into spring break time. So it makes sense that they would stop the test before spring break starts.
Yep. So that's what's going on with that. So
I prefer my springs unbroken.
I like my springs sprung.
I like spring rolls.
Spring rolls are pretty awesome.
Other than that, hey, don't forget to head over to the parks and get your ears on, get your Valentine's Day on, get your Lunar New Year on. Hey, get everything on. And make sure you always have your clothes on.
Except for when I don't have pants.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, we got
I'm wearing pants right now, though.
Good. We
Thank
appreciate
the Lord.
that. And don't forget,
When summer comes, there will be no pants.
And don't forget that there is Churrogeddon 3.2 going on.
17.4.
Check out all the churros that are happening
Mark
over there.
8.
Yes, the Mark 8 churro is back. I'm sorry. Yes, you can try all the churros, and you have all the foods for, once again, get your ears on, and Valentine's Day, and all the Lunar New Year foods. You got a lot of foods going on.
If anybody can try, I've never thought of doing this before, but if anybody can prove that they tried every single churro of Churropolis.
Take pictures.
Take pictures of you eating it or holding it or whatever. If you can prove that you eat every single churro of Churrogeddon, we'll give you some sort of prize.
We have lots of prizes at home.
We have lots of prizes.
Diggs has prizes, I'm sure. Some buttons.
I mean,
we've got other prizes that we collect.
I mean, I had a Disney Parks Blog shirt I couldn't even give away. So I mean,
and if you don't fit his shirt, we've got other stuff.
There you go.
So prove it. Eat all the churros. Disney may not give you a button, but we'll give you something.
Ah, there you go. Hey, yeah, we're going to do our own churro challenge.
Exactly. We can even make a button.
Yes, I can do that. All right, so yeah, you have all that going on. Don't forget you get your ears on Celebration Dance Party over there tomorrow in Terrace. And yeah, you can go dance with all the characters. That's pretty cool.
Dancing.
Dancing machine.
And don't forget, if you're in the presence of the Queen of Hearts, you better bow.
You may have to bow.
Yes.
Kneel.
And if you're not able for physical reasons, you can always go over to the Tropical Hideaway and get your bow right there for way too much money. And they have 3 of them.
And after that, you can have a movement.
Right. You can have your bow movement. Make sure we're clear. You can bow for the Queen, or you can go get your bow, and afterwards you can have your bow movement.
That's the way you keep regular.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
All right, and don't forget, you could also get your AP popcorn bucket on Friday, and hopefully it rains and no one's there to buy their buckets.
Bye.
Rain, rain, come, please. Pour on us with our galoshes.
All right, so if you want to find out all about Tim's bowel movements and anything else, you can find out about all that on the social medias. We're at MousePIRE on the Twitter and the Instagram. We are just MousePIRE on Facebook. We are just MousePIRE on the Snapchats, and still not on Tumblr.
I'm Tim, and I'm Tim
Bye.
Fresh, Tim Fresh 1 on Facebook, hyphen between the fresh and the one. I'm going to start a Tumblr page called Bowel Movements and just see what happens. But I'm going to make Elizabeth run it.
You get it? Run it?
Yeah, the runs. She's going to get the runs for the bowel movement. Anyway, that's me. Who's this guy? Oh, wait, Elizabeth's back there. Say hi, Elizabeth.
Bye.
Bye. All right. And this guy is...
I'm Diggs, and you can find me on Instagram at Blue1313.
I hurt my face.
Also, follow Buttons by Diggs on Instagram. There you see your button order going out. You can also check out dgpclothing.com. Get your MousePIRE gear. Get your custom-made T-shirts. We can also put a T-shirt that says...
Nipples or Nothing 2019.
There you go.
If you want.
So check out dgpclothing.com, or you can follow that on Instagram also. And don't forget to head over to patreon.com/MousePIRE. Help support the podcast. And hey, we're also on YouTube. This is Tim the Tech. Has some free time. He will upload all the episodes that he's missed. But he's been working hard, so hopefully maybe this weekend he'll have some time off or something like that. But hey, for you guys who are listening on YouTube, we really appreciate you waiting patiently, because I know there's a lot of you who just actually listen to that on YouTube and no other places. So we appreciate it. We know you're missing us talk about bowel movements and stuff like that. So
bowel movement.
It'll be up soon.
Buttons, not pins. And until next time, remember, we may hate to do math, but someone has to take a bullet so that the rest of you don't look like fools. So for Aurora, Philip, and Stefan, I'm Anthony.
I'm Elizabeth.
I'm Tim.
I'm Diggs.
Bye.
Love. We're thinking.
Happy beeps.
Blip, bloppity, bloop.
That's what happens when you have a bowel movement. This podcast is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. Audio, sound bites, and other clips are property of their copyright holders. All original stuff is ours and property of MousePIRE.com.
Root and tooty, fresh and fruity breakfast.
No.
Oh, fine.
And that's all I have.
Ganaches.
Ganaches, galoshes, and bow poops.
He's like, I don't want to touch that.
Literally. Ew. I got your bowel movement.
Nipples or Nothing 2019.